If you don't want rats in your house or your attic or coming in any part of your property, then this video is probably for you. It could well be for a friend. Save it as a favourite, share it. Feel free to comment and have a chat. Now, with rats, and if you have got a problem with rats in your property, then you're probably going to stay through the whole of this video. I'm going to walk you through what we do step by step, solving rat problems for people long term. Now, if you've had a rat problem, you've had a few pest control companies out, you've tried it yourself, you've looked at videos online, and from that you've tried to work it out yourself, fine. You may have found this video now you're going to watch and hear and pick up some information that you may not have had. We're solving rat problems for people long term all the time. So we also solve rat problems for people remotely, and help people out there. So if you have a rat problem, then the steps you want to go through now, first of all, if you're a detached house, then the initial parts, if you want to inspect around your property. Now, rats can come in all sorts of places. Now, you might be a property in a rural place, a built-up area, but these checks will be the same pretty much. And where you want to start looking is face the front of your house, you got your door, and work round from right to left, left to right. It's up to you. Now, a lot of places have electrical boxes or boxes at the front of the house. If you've got anything leaning up against the house anywhere around, you want to pull that out and look behind. You may have a vent. There may be something broken there. Maybe something that you've forgotten about. Rats may have dug down under. Now, around the perimeters of your property, leading up, you may well have earth. It may be concrete. It may be shale. That's touching up against the perimeter of your property. You want to check around there for any parts where rats dig down, moved it away and burrowed down. Now, not only near your property, right up against it, you want your surrounding areas as well. So I've done places where, it's been a rat burrowed underneath 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 foot away and gone underneath concrete to get to it. You also, don't forget, I've got sewer drains around your property. Sewer drains being like inspection chambers. Some can be small round ones, some can be old metal square ones, rectangular, large round ones. They can all vary, but we'll come to that in a little bit, what we can do on the sewer drain side of things. So as you're going around, you've got your meters to check, your gas meters, any breaks, gaps in them around, you need to look at. Now, also, as you raise up along the wall, you want to sort of work from the ground level and work upwards and downwards and across. So, if you're got no properties around you nearby, like, the nearest one is, 100 yards away, great. If there's one like you're detached, but you're literally a couple of feet away, and then you might have extensions at the back, then we need to get a bit more nitty-gritty in where you're looking. Now, around the property, you may have vents, air bricks. You're looking for anything that's broken, displaced. It doesn't take a big hole for a rat to get in. A gap, squeeze itself through, and they're into your property, into your cavities, up into your attics, behind cavity walls, etc. Now, once you've had a look around your property, now, I've gone round on properties and some a bit more obscure places I've found them on the side of properties where they've had greenery going up, and we've pulled some of the bushes away on the side of the wall, and there's an old vent hole flapping, plastic vent which is leading from a cooker hood or something in the kitchen, and there's been a problem there for years, and there's been gaps like that. So you want to really look closely, sections at a time, down, below and up. Now, the other side, a common one we get, is sewer drain systems. So part of looking and seeing is we'll lift up the sewer drain covers and investigate those. Now, when you tend to look into a sewer drain cover, it doesn't always say, yep, we've got a rat problem and they're getting through a broken pipe. To do it properly, you need to get sewer drain cameras down there. CCTV camera and have a look for any breaks down the line. Now, you might look into a sewer chamber, look in there and it's like perfect, doesn't mean that rats haven't gone up a sewer line and that sewer line's broken. So that's what you would need to check for. Now, if you've got a couple of sewer chambers going around, depending on what property, you want to make sure that you check every one. And if you're getting cameras put down, that you lift everyone up around the house, because you may put a camera down, look on the camera part, it looks all fine, but there's breaks up above in the sewer chamber. It might be and all these things go on, and that's the rats are exploiting. Now, you can always then put rat flaps in, find the last part of where the sewers come out of the house. Are they joined to next door? You find the right ones out, and you may put 1, 2, 3 rat flaps on. If you've got a rat problem and you suspect they're coming up through the sewers, getting those placed in the right place can solve a problem that you've had for years. You can get some extremes where you might need some sewer repairs, or you might have a displaced sewer, an old sewer chamber that's disused, and might need a drain company to come and repair. All these things that may need further stuff going on, but that's what you can have a look at first. These are all the starting points of solving this problem for yourself. So that's what we tend to do when we're looking at, and from there, once you've looked in the sewer chambers, you might think, okay, there's an issue there. Okay, yeah, we put a camera down there. There's a break there. Okay, well, we'll put a rat flap in there, and that's there. Now, with rat flaps, it allows the rats to come out and not get back in. Simple, effective. Now, rat flaps, yes, like anything, you need to have a regular check on it so they don't get blocked. That can happen. It's like anything in life, you don't just jump in a car and drive it forever and it's going to be okay. You've got to refill up the fuel, petrol, diesel, whatever. Look at it, make sure. And so you regularly check that, and you might want to check that once, whatever, to make sure it's not getting blocked up. So, that's a sensible thing to do to make sure you're maintaining and not getting the rats back. Now, if you've got a terrace property, if you've got an extension at the back, and you've had a build over. Now, sometimes we get where people have got a house, had rats, and they hear one section of the house, and then it's an extension. And when we start chatting, and quite a lot of times, sometimes it's having chats over the phone or social media, etc., and chatting and talking and finding out, trying to get plans, trying to find out what's going on, the neighbours, how long they had, going on Street View maps, seeing what's actually happening, getting all the information as much as one can. It can be one detail that can change the whole situation, and that's happened regularly when something's mentioned. Oh, right. So, if you have an extension, you may have had a sewer drain system underneath, and it may be a break under there may be an old chamber. So if you've got plans, that's a great one. You can look at the building plans of the extension that was built, and where are the sewer systems. All these things all add up, but it is investigating, and finding one thing that has been overlooked, and that's usually the one thing that you find solves your problem for a long time, and that's where you want to be. That's where you want to get to. That's where you've got to specialise to get to, and that's where your results are going to come from, and you'll be rat-free. You'll be a big sigh of relief for you. Extensions. Now, if you've got, like I said earlier on, if you've got like houses that are closer together, and you've got extensions at the back and your neighbouring properties are quite close, then you start to have chat with neighbours. You then have to be able to talk and chat and see and get to the root cause. There may be an issue that's nothing on your side and something on theirs, but these are the sort of things that we can get to, and find out where, and just keep chipping away. There's got to be an answer there somewhere, and that's on there. So it's semi-terraced, semi-detached houses, then you've got the neighbours to get to, do everything you can your side. And sometimes it's even worth just if you can get to that stage and get theirs looked at, get it done, get it solved. That's always a good one. A lot of times there are sewer systems, so These are some of the points where you just have to get to that bottom of it, and you have to check things out. Even if there's been other companies there come along and a water board said no and they've said no and this, you can't dismiss it. You've got to start from scratch, go through these procedures, and the answer will reveal itself, and you'll solve a long-term problem for your rats.